Hey everybody, this is Lorelia. So in this tutorial, I am going to give you a further look at the credit dispute software and basically some of the robust features that you are going to be getting if you use this software. And once again, if you are interested in this software and you are watching this video, please contact me. I will have a link under this video, and it's basically my email address. There you will be able to contact me so I can share with you information about the video. Also, I do want to note, I apologize in the last video that I did for this credit dispute software. I had mentioned that the software was for free, but I didn't clarify who it was free for. It's free for those who work personally with me. But once again, if you're watching this video and you are serious about rebuilding your credit, increasing your credit score, and this is something that you want to do on your own, you have already leveraged all the information that I have been sharing with you, and now you're ready to put a plan in place to help you get some type of results so you will be able to achieve your goal of increasing your credit score for this year, then I suggest you take a look at this software. So once again, what are you looking at right now is a screen where in the software you have the ability to add all of your personal information. And the reason why you want to add your personal information is because what's so great about this software is it's going to not only give you the strategies on what is needed to rebuild and increase your credit score, but it's also going to be used as a tracking device. Now, please understand that all your personal information is not going to be shared on the internet. If you have contacted me about this software, you understand that it's not open source. What I mean by open source software, meaning that you cannot just buy it outright and download it right on your computer. You do have to be given a license key to be able to use the software. And what that means is that it will only be used on your on your computer, and it cannot be used on multiple computers. It is not cloud based. It's only supposed to be used on the computer that the software is downloaded on. So rest assured, you put in all your personal information. As you can see right here, you put your first name, middle name if you use it, last name if you use any type of junior or senior if you're male, your birthday, social, address, city or state, and any previous addresses. The reason why you want to use a previous address to put into the system is because you may not know this, but you as a consumer have the ability to dispute any old addresses that are on your credit report. Many consumers have multiple addresses on their credit report. And I know one thing that I always instruct clients to do if they're working with me is to get rid of all those old addresses. They really have no use. I mean, if you're no longer living there, there's no reason why you need to be carrying that baggage on your credit report. It doesn't help your credit, but what it can do is it can delay the disputing process. And I'm not going to go into it in this video, but there is actually a strategy that the bureaus will use if your previous addresses on your credit report. So once again, as you have added all your information into the computer, when you go right here into users, now as you can see, I have myself in here, but I don't want to share all my personal information, but what I am going to show you, oh, and one thing that I want to note, you can put up to 3 people in this software. So what I'm going to do is I am going to pull up Jane. Jane is a dummy person that I created that is in my household. Keep in mind, this software is for consumers only. It is not for individuals who are running a credit repair business. This is only for the end user, that consumer who is looking to educate themselves on financial literacy in terms of credit and debt and to rebuild their credit. So now I'm going to pull up Jane. And so there you go. So now what has happened is that this is everything in here that is going to track Jane's progress. So as you can see, the date already populated. Today is March the 6th, 2016. Now in this area, this is where you're going to put your credit scores at. Now, one thing about me, if you are ever working with me on a group basis, on a personal basis, you have to know where you began in order to make a goal of where you're going. So many people, when they start the credit repair process or the credit rebuilding process, I like to use, because you are rebuilding your credit, is that they don't even know where they're at. They refuse to even look at the score. Some individuals are even scared to get their score. My thing is this: in order to know where you're going, you need to know where you started. So, where is your score? Is your score in the fives, the fours, the sixes, even in the sevens? Your goal may be, to go to an 850. So keep in mind, know where you're at. So in here, I am going to actually do it right here on the screen. So I'm just going to put some numbers, 560, 590, and on TransUnion about 576. And so I added it. So once again, now we all know that it takes at least 30 days to dispute your credit. So what I would do is that, of course, now it says right here in the credit, in the areas that you get daily, weekly, or monthly. You can put in your scores, as frequent as you want. Now, some of you all who are watching this video, you may have subscribed to some type of service where they give you some type of daily tracking for your scores. I know with me, with the bank that I bank with, as a courtesy to the customers, they provide us with our scores as soon as we go into the back office of our banking account. So most people, if they have, with some banks, they can go right online with their banks and they will give you the information. And so once again, this is good to know because, maybe, something may have happened and it lowered your score. So you want to always have that tracking information in here. So right here, you got add item. Now, what is this? There's so many options to go through. But with this area, this is where, now once again, one thing that I always say, there are steps to this. This is a process. So one of the processes is know where you are. What does that mean? Get a copy of your credit report and your credit scores so you know where you're at. Now, I've just showed you why you need to know this information. You want to populate it into the system. You want to have an idea of what's your goal. So if you are in the fives, maybe your goal is to be in the high sixes. Most lenders, especially if you are in the market of buying a home, most lenders, if you are in the high sixes, you can qualify for a home. So once again, you've ordered your reports, you know your credit scores. Now you want to read the credit report itself. Now, why are you going to do that? Because you're going to populate your information. So let's just say we saw XYZ debt collector. Account number 5689. I'm just going to put in some numbers. Type of account, it is a collection. Now, once again, it may not even be on all credit reports. So we're just going to say that it is on Equifax and Experian. We're going to save that. Okay, then the next thing we're going to say is ABC department store. And we're going to just put in a dummy number. And with this one, we are going to say charge off. Now remember, when I'm always sharing information, I tell you that there is a time limit of when an original creditor, that would be ABC department store, decides to charge off your credit. Remember, I told you, lenders or creditors, they are not in the business of running after you to collect on that account. They're only going to give you a time period, which is 120 days. And after that 120 days, they are looking to now write that account off, sell that information. So you need to know this. So we know that we did take something out with ABC department store, but we were unable to pay, whatever the situation may be, and the account got charged off. And with this account, we're going to say check all, and we're going to save. So ladies and gentlemen, this is just an example of how you would set yourself up for success. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm already at the 10-minute mark, but this is to give you an idea of why you want to use this credit dispute software. Like I said, this software is for individuals who are serious about rebuilding their credit, getting rid of debt, and doing this on their own. You know, I've always told you, you don't need a credit repair company. There's no magic to this. What you need is knowledge. You know, knowledge will help you in the long run than the quick fix. Is anything wrong with using a credit repair company? No, it's not. But me personally, I always say when I was on this journey, I was someone who wanted to learn. I wasn't interested in paying somebody X amount of money and say, hey, you know, rebuild my credit or repair my credit. Because one thing that I knew, that if I was to learn this information, no one can ever take it away from you. And that's what I want to do for you, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this video. So once again, if you're interested in the software, I have some information below this video. And if you want to email me about this software so you can immediately get your hands on it to begin to start using it, please email me at LORILLIA, B as in boy, P as in Peter, at gmail.com. You'll see a note within this video as well as some information under this video. So once again, I look forward to talking to you in the next video. Bye-bye.